Thanks for joining me tonight for our Fit Flow class. Lay down on your mat. Allow yourself to land similarly to when you land on your bed at night, or that first time you lay out a beach towel and you stretch out. And really soak in this feeling of landing and relaxing and releasing. And can you just simply observe the breath to start? I really want to focus on dropping into our body and into our head space. There's so much evolution and rebirth it feels around us, and so it's important that we take in how we are uniquely processing and perhaps what guidance we might need so that we can support ourselves going forward. And that starts with dropping in. And for me lately, that's been spending time outdoors. That's been allowing myself to sleep extra. And that sometimes emotionally and mentally processing things makes us equally as exhausted as if we were physically overexerting ourselves. So it's important that we recognize that perhaps if we need more rest, that we take that rest that we need. And so recognize today you showed up for a fit flow. If you might need to take modifications or child's pose, or if you came today and you feel energetically abundant and ready to move through some heated postures, then perhaps challenge yourself, because the other side of the rest is the challenge, and that can be really empowering and invigorating, and that can equally help processing what's coming up for you in this moment. Let's invite in a deeper breath, then a longer exhale. Full inhale, a long exhale, and can you find maybe even a pause at the bottom of your exhale? Once you press all the air out, instead of right away going for the inhale, can you wait till you hear that signal from the brain saying, okay, I need more air, I need more oxygen. So it's really this collaborative experience where it's not just the body breathing, you're also mentally present for that whole process. And notice how that allows you to drop into your body on a different level. Notice this heaviness through the back body. Landing also meaning taking root, grounding into the space. This yoga mat is now your home, your nest for the next 45 minutes. And you get to feel free to arrange it as you need. Challenge yourself, be curious, take breaks, check in. Your personal space. Let's take one more round of breath, that full inhale. Long exhale. When you're ready, invited movement. Start small and gentle. Moving up to ankles, wrists, rock the head, flutter the eyes. And guide the knees in towards your chest. And find that slight tuck of the tailbone. Just gently open the knees, feel into the hips, and close. Just like a book. Open the book and close. Feel free to rock side to side here if that feels good. Good, and then open the knees, hold it here. Grab for the right ankle with your right hand. Flex your right foot. And guide the right heel to face towards the ceiling. So you're in a half happy baby with the right leg. And then mindfully, carefully stretch the left leg up nice and long on your mat. Take your left hand on your left hip, just to help anchor it down. And can you feel that extra space here you're creating through the hips? Left hip lengthening. Find your breath again. Good, and then left knee comes back in. Close the right knee in. Left hand, left ankle, flex the foot. Gradually lift the heel towards the sky. Stretch your right leg out long. Anchor right hand to right hip. Feel into any tightness that might show up here. Last breath. And then guide both knees in towards your chest, just normal. And kick the feet high to the sky. Point and flex the toes, roll out your ankles, and even be mindful of the toes, spreading the toes so there's space between them. Make sure that you're rolling in both directions. Good, and then try and straighten the legs best you can. Keep that tiny bit of a micro bend, and if you're extra tight through the hamstrings, then feel free to bend the knees even more as you need. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Try and touch your toes so you're peeling head, neck, and shoulders up, up, up. Feel that hugging in through the core, breathing in. And then reach your right fingertips towards the bottom right corner of your mat. Can you create a little bit more of a cinching in through the right side by squeezing down towards the right, as if you could really touch the right corner. And then reach all the way back up towards the toes. Left fingertips reach towards the left corner and find a bit of a curl through your spine. And up. Let's keep alternating. Reach and up. Reach and up. Breath is constant. Guide. Let's do 2 more on each side. Nice, and then interlace hands behind the head so you can support your head, neck, and shoulders. Point your toes this time. Hover your right heel above the earth a few inches. Big breath in. And lift it all the way back up. Left heel hovers. Feel that bit of a curl through your spine still. And up. Right heel down hovers. And up. Left heel hovers. And up. Let's keep alternating. Note the right heel about a few inches above the mat is too intense. You don't need to lower the heel as low. Breath supporting you, don't hold your breath. Feel the back body pressing against the earth, hands cradling the skull. Last one. And relax the head down, hug your knees into chest. Great job. Let's keep the legs at 90 degrees, so knees bent. Let the legs fall to your right side. And then we'll do a bit more of an active twist. So open up the chest towards the ceiling, arms stretch out in your T, shoulder height. And then instead of staying here, you're gonna take your left hand, reach it over and high five your right. And then reach it all the way back and open towards the left side. Sweep it over, high five the right, and open. A few more rounds, just playing with some chest and shoulder mobility. Nice, once more. Anchor the hands down, so press your palms down to the earth instead. Using the strength from your abdominals, can you hover your knees off the earth a few inches? So right away feel that cinching in through the core. As slow as you can, bring the knees back to center. Keep them at 90 degrees. Lots of control. And then as slow as you can, let them fall to the left, staying at 90 degrees. And then you can let them rest down on the earth. Perfect. Once the knees are anchored to the earth, same thing, that nice and slow twisting motion. So high five right to left and open. And notice the difference from right to left. Maybe one side feels more crunchy than the other. Maybe one side just feels more uncomfortable or odd. Last time. Open, close, and open. Flip the palms down to the earth, so that's your anchoring. Hover your knees off the earth, right away feel your core engage. Guide the knees to the center line, and we're just going to keep alternating with the knees hovering above the earth. So let them fall towards the right, hover for a second. Find your breath and guide them back through the center, over to the left. Find that hovering pause. And you feel all 10 fingertips anchoring down to the mat, or rather to the floor. Feel your shoulder blades pressed against the mat. Gaze is neutral, head, neck, shoulders neutral. Good, once more. The next time the knees fall to the right, you can just let them fall all the way over. Use your arm as a pillow. And come up to meet me in tabletop. Anchor through all 10 fingers. Let's do a little bit of internal self-massage with our cat-cows for the core and abdominals and spine. So let the belly drop down, lift your gaze. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling forward. Feel the inside of the elbows rotating forwards. Exhaling down. Again. Don't let the 10 fingers, 10 knuckles lift off the mat. Keep them anchored down, supporting the weight through the arm bones. Perfect. Neutralize your spine. Reach the arms out in front of you. Tense your fingers. And let your chest sink down to the earth. Puppy pose. Feel that long stretch through the underarms. Tailbone is high. Catch your breath. Good, and then roll yourself up. Can you walk yourself up to kneeling? So you're on your knees. Feel free to grab extra padding here if you need it for the knees. Knees are right underneath your hip bones. Take that quick check when you look down. Toes flipped or flat, whatever feels more sturdy for you. Hands out in front of you. I want active hands, active fingers and palms. So you can imagine like as if you had a yoga block between your hands. That's the kind of energy I want between the palms. From here, open the left arm all the way out, and then reach it back to touch your left heel. Come all the way back through the center. Right hand reaches back towards right heel. And back to center. Good, keep alternating, that leaning back. Core has to work to catch you. If you need to take it perhaps a little bit further, great, feel free to reach even behind the foot. Allow yourself to have to lean back. A couple more. Keep your breath fluid. Nice work. Last one, finish off your round. Plant the palms on the mat, flip your toes. Let's find our first downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. And give the head a good shake once you get here, pedal out your feet. Sweep your right knee high, or right leg high to the sky. Lift your heel an inch higher, mindful your hips are still squared off to the earth. Press a little more weight into the left foot, so notice how that presses weight away from the arms and into the left leg, which is strong. And take your right knee towards your right wrist. And kick it all the way back up. Right knee, left wrist, so just in that direction, and kick it all the way up. Good, right knee to the center, so we're going to hug it right in towards your chest. Lower your right knee to just tap the mat. Hug it all the way back up. Kick it high. And step it through between your hands. Let's find crescent lunge. Feel the hip bones squared off. Facing the front of your mat, back heel is lifted high, arms up. Good. Notice where your balance is at today. If you're feeling shaky or pretty secure, notice if the ribs are splaying open or they hugged in. So just kind of going through those checkpoints. Notice what's coming up for you in this specific pose, our first standing pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. We're gonna take legs and arms and then migrate them together. So we'll start with just the legs. Let your back knee sink down to the mat and press up. So just like a lunge, sink the back knee down and up. And we're gonna add arms now. So as you lower your left knee down, you're also gonna take the arms and lower them all the way down by your sides. And then when you straighten your back leg, you reach the arms all the way up. So fluid motion, lower hands and knee down. Exhale up. Find a bit of power here. Sink down with control, exhale to power. Down with control, exhale to power. A few more. Reach up. Pivot the back heel down, open warrior two. And feel out through the hips here. You might even find a gentle rock forward and back with the hips. Notice if the bum is sticking back, and you gently press and rotate the hips forward so the pelvic bowl is tilted the right way to give you more access through the front body, especially through your front inner thigh. Catch your breath. Beautiful. Straighten your front knee. Hinge forward. Take your time here. So think about sending the back left hip towards the back of the space. Inch down. Find your triangle. And then similar to what we did earlier with our twist where we were high-fiving the opposite hand, you're going to do the same thing here. So can you flip your right hand so the palm is open towards the side wall? Take your left hand, close it down, high five the right. Feel your chest is now facing downwards. Big breath in. On your exhale, open all the way back up to your triangle. Good. Inhale, high five, lower it down. Exhale to open. Couple more. If this is too much, just simply lift the right arm higher up the leg. So not losing integrity of the pose in triangle, simply because we're playing with a different variation of arms. You're still finding that lift through the chest at the top. Shoulders restack as you reach up. Last one. Good, look down at your right foot, plant the palms on either side, step back, downward dog. Couple good breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking sips of water throughout practice as you need it. We'll reach our left leg up to the sky. Good, hang out here for an extra moment longer. Press more weight into your right leg. Can you lift your left heel an inch higher? Breath in. Exhale, left knee towards your left wrist. And shoot it high. Left knee, right wrist. And up. Left knee to chest. Tap your left knee to the mat. Hike it all the way back up. High to the sky. And then step it through between your hands. Meet me in your crescent lunge. And again, acknowledge your balance, your stance today. If balance is off, you might take a wider stance to help with that. Hips squared off. Back heel is active, so it's not just dumping down, it's high. Sweep the arms up. Catch your breath. Good, we'll move through that flow series. Start with just the legs, so right knee sinks to the earth, your lunge. Press it up. Let's do one more, just the back knee. And then add the arms. So as the knee sinks, the arms sweep down and up. That's your power. When the arms come in, you can use those to help power you all the way up to crescent. Sink down, power up. Inhale to sink, exhale to power. Few more. Good, your left knee stacks over the ankle. A little bit of ankle stability here too. Last one. Reach up, pivot the back heel, warrior two. Feel into the hips again, so that little bit of a rock I find really helps. Side to side, even forward to back, so you can let the hips settle into warrior two on this side. Activates your inner thigh, adductor muscle. And the arms sweep out when you're ready. Where's your breath? Straighten the front knee. Bump the right hip towards the back of your mat as you tilt into triangle. Mindful the left palm is open towards the wall. When you're ready, find that closing off, high-fiving, and reaching up. Every time you reach up and you find that triangle again, know that the chest is open, shoulders are stacked. Always coming back to our best expression of triangle that we can achieve today. Even if that means that it's a more modified. Couple more rounds. Last one. Look down to your left foot, plant the palm, step back to plank this time. Good, hold your plank. We're gonna do some mountain climbers, a little bit of extra heat. So you can take these in a couple different ways. You can take them nice and slow, right knee in towards your chest and step it back. Left knee into chest, step it back. I prefer to do them faster, find it easier to keep a pace with my breath, kind of like a jog. Or if you really want, you can speed them up. Go as fast as you can. I'm gonna count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got it. 5, 4. Are you breathing? 3. Last 2. 1. Chaturanga. Big breath in. Lift your chest. And take child's pose. If the breath is really heavy, feel free to come up to kneeling for a few rounds. Take a sip of water. Notice the capabilities of the body. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Get high on your heels. Bend your knees deeply. Walk or hop to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway. Exhale to soften. Roll up to stand, reach it high. And collect hands to your heart center. Meet me in mountain. Landing in your space. These 4 corners of your mat. Actively in a mode of processing. Processing energy, flushing things out, processing thoughts. And sometimes that means that we are in a season or a moment of discomfort. Sometimes that means we're in a time of acceptance, which can be challenging. And sometimes that means we're in a season of kind of metamorphosis or rebirth or change. All necessary, all okay, all showing up differently in your body. And this heated, flowing practice really allowing us to get out of our body, get out of our head, make that process a little easier. Start to make circles with the arms, sweep them up overhead, forwards and back. Feeling through the shoulders, notice where they're crunchy. Option to close the eyes. Really allow for that inner gaze to play a part. And get a little loosey-goosey. One more time, forward and back. We'll collect hands to the heart. If the eyes are closed, open them. Feel the feet press down, hips distance apart. Bend your knees, chair pose. Imagine a block between the knees or a resistance band around the quads. Sink the hips an inch deeper. Another great example that helps me a lot is if I had a broomstick or a bar against my hip bones. I'm going to lean back, it's pressing back, so it has to mean that my bum sinks back, my knees sink deeper, my chest helps to counter. Sometimes those examples really help you sink into a deeper variation of a pose, even if it's a tiny bit uncomfortable. Can you give me one more breath? Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more flow. Reach your right leg high. Knee to right wrist. And up. Left wrist. Center. Tap it to the earth and draw it all the way up. Sweep it high. Step it through. Crescent lunge. Maybe a tiny bit quicker. 3 times. Sink your knee down. Reach the hands down. Power up. 2 more. Down. Open warrior 2. Straighten your front knee. Hinge into your triangle. 3 times, high five the right hand and up. Down and up. Down and up. Nice work. Hold it here. Can you bend into your right knee? Reach out in front of you. So here's a great chance if you have a block at home that you can use. If otherwise, a chair is great. Lift up off the back foot and lift off to your half moon. Notice how the chest is open, shoulders are stacked. So it's the same expression in triangle as it is in half moon with the upper body. Both legs are straight. They're just in a different angle. Catch your breath. Bend your knee, land the left foot back. Right away, cartwheel hands to the earth. Move through your vinyasa or straight to down dog, your choice. Last side. Left leg up. You got it. Left knee, left wrist. And up. Left knee, right wrist. Center. Tap it down and up. Shoot it high. Step it through. Meet me in crescent. Anchoring through the feet. Good. 3 of our lunges. Lower down. Accent of power up. 2. 1. Open warrior 2. Triangle pose. Tipping forward. 3 times, high-fiving the bottom arm. And then preparing for half moon. So grab your block if you needed it or any other prop. Reach it out in front of you. Ground the hand. Shoot up off the back leg. Chest open, shoulders open, hips open. I find it really helpful to flex the right leg, whichever leg's floating at the time. Keep your left foot pressed down. Grip those toes into the earth. Notice how strong and capable you are here. Breath is supporting you. 4 corners of your mat, creating a strong base for you. 1 more round. Land the back leg down. Right away, cartwheel hands to the earth. Move through one last vinyasa with me. Chaturanga. Big breath as you heart open to the sky. Flip the toes. Last downward facing dog. Make it a good one. Feel the breath. Let that heat flow right through the body into your most open, soft expression of down dog. High on the heels, bend your knees. Walk or hop to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway. Let it all go. Ragdoll yourself up to stand. Head is the last thing. Reaching high. Hands heart center. And take your left hand over your heart, right hand on top, and just hold it here. Feel the breath, heartbeat. Feel that lift through the body. And regulate the breath. Slowing the pace. . 1 Notice your ability to move through anything that was uncomfortable. Your ability to accept and push through and process, to adapt. Your ability to find breath and to land within yourself. One more good breath. And however you get there, come down to the bum. Let's take the legs out in front of us, bend the knees. Windshield wipers on side to side. Let's finish with a twist. Let's do it, seated. So come right to the sit bone, stretch the legs out in front of you. Guide the right knee in towards your chest. Make sure that you can still sit up tall. Sometimes if we hike the knee all the way in, we end up having to curl in. So notice if you need to take the knee further away from you to keep your chest lifted, that's totally fine. Arms, right arm sweeps high. Big breath in for length. Exhale to reach it behind you. Gaze can follow if that's okay on the neck. Let your left hand just gently guard the right knee instead of swaying outwards. It stays upright. Breath is still slowing down. Body is still cooling. Notice this new vibration that you've created within your own body. Unwind to the center. Give the legs a little shake. And feel free to kind of gently rock the torso side to side, forward and back. And then switch it up. Left knee, again, mindful that you're still sitting up tall. Left arm reaches with your inhale for length. Exhale to twist. And come back through to center. Preparing for Shavasana. Today, if it feels appropriate, perhaps resting in supported fish would be nice. So if you're unfamiliar, need a reminder, the bolster set up behind you, lengthwise. And again, pillows at home work, a blanket rolled up. You can get flexible. And then blocks or books or anything at all, more pillows. Soles of feet together, knees wide. Glide your blocks or whatever you're using underneath the knees. And gradually rolling yourself back. So just ensuring that the knees are supported, that there's no strain through the inner thighs. It's just this gentle opening. That whatever's behind you, supporting the head and the chest, mid-back, that there's no increasing discomfort. I want you to be as relaxed as you possibly can here. And so if the props don't allow for that, then just go without so that you can be comfortable. Arms relaxed, palms up. Ensure your elbows are resting on the earth or resting on something so they're grounded. And feeling into this capable body, your breath, and your ability to process, and your ability to help with that processing. The body's going to need to process regardless, and we can support that by moving our body and sitting in stillness or writing or whatever that self-care might look like for you, recovering of the body. And that might change season to season. So for me, a lot of that looks like being outside, means a lot of writing. And so know that there's no right or wrong answer for you, as long as it feels good. Allow yourself to rest here. I'll guide us back when the time is right. Beginning to bring your focus back onto your mat. And feeling the resting state of the body, slow pace of your breath. Carefully inviting in movement. Drawing the knees closed like a book. Mindful of your prop supporting you, rolling over onto one side, just sliding the props off out of the way. And then coming up to meet me in seated. Find a tall spine. Collect hands to your heart center. We'll seal our practice with a collective breath in through the nose and letting it go. Thanks for joining me for Fit Flow. The highest in me sees highest in each of you. Namaste.